Let me start with something direct. If 2026 hands you more visibility, more leverage, and more pressure, are you disciplined enough to handle it? If this breakdown helps you think more clearly, subscribe to the channel, click like, and share it with someone who has snake in their chart. Timing matters, especially in a fire horse year. Now let's talk about snake. If you've got snake anywhere in your Bazi chart, year, month, day, hour, or you're walking through a snake luck pillar, this isn't a background year for you. It's an amplifier. Snake is fire. Horse is peak fire. This isn't clash energy. It's intensification. Horse is open fire. Public, visible, dramatic, fast. Snake is internal fire. Strategic, controlled, precise. So when fire meets fire, nothing explodes immediately. It magnifies what's already there. And that's the real issue. Because 2026 will reward bold moves, but it will punish ego-driven ones. In Singapore and Malaysia, business already moves quickly. Markets adjust fast. Clients expect clarity. Competitors act decisively. Firehorse energy turns up the volume on all of that. So here's the first reflection. Are you moving because your strategy is clear or because the environment feels urgent? Snake founders are usually calculated. You don't rush easily. You observe your position. You wait for the timing. But in 2026, momentum feels seductive. It feels like if you don't move now, you'll miss something. That's the psychological trap. Let's look at where this plays out. If snake sits in your year pillar, your public image sharpens this year. People may see you as insightful, decisive, and strategic. Your words carry weight. Your presence feels stronger. But here's the nuance. Snake energy doesn't reveal everything. You're selective with information. You prefer controlled disclosure. In a fast year, controlled disclosure can appear to be secrecy. So ask yourself honestly, are you building trust through clarity or protecting advantage through silence? Because in 2026, authority comes from steadiness and transparency, not mystery. You don't need to overshare, but you can't afford ambiguity. Now let's move into the month pillar: business, revenue, execution. If snake sits here, this is where the heat intensifies. You likely prefer structured expansion, quiet positioning before visible moves. You don't like sloppy growth. Firehorse compresses time. Deals close faster. Competitors move bolder. Market sentiment shifts quickly. And here's the real tension. Snake doesn't like moving without full information. But 2026 won't give you perfect clarity before action. So the question becomes this: can you act at 70% clarity without feeling reckless? If you cling too tightly to certainty, you'll feel stuck. If you abandon discipline entirely, you'll regret it. Balance is everything this year. You don't need to chase every opportunity, but you also can't overanalyze until the window closes. Now, let's talk about day pillar, relationships, and internal world. If snake sits here, this year touches your emotional base more than you think. Snake processes deeply. You replay conversations. You analyze tone. You forecast outcomes. Firehorse increases external stimulation. More meetings, more exposure, more decision points. Internally, that can become mental overheat. Have you noticed yourself thinking more at night? Running scenarios longer than usual, feeling slightly restless even when nothing is wrong? That's fire amplifying fire. And here's the risk. If you don't manage internal intensity, you'll become sharper in tone without intending to. Not angry, just less patient. So ask yourself, are you cooling your mind deliberately or running hot all the time? Sleep, reflection time, physical recovery, these aren't lifestyle choices this year. They're structural maintenance. Now let's move to the hour pillar: long-term direction and legacy. If snake sits here, 2026 becomes a positioning year. You may see expansion angles others miss. New markets, tech leverage, strategic partnerships. But here's the trap. Do you move because the opportunity fits your long-term arc or because the environment feels powerful? Snake wins by timing, not by speed. You don't need to be first. You need to be precise. So here's the deeper question. If this year multiplies your influence, is your 5-year structure ready to hold it? Because expansion without infrastructure leads to instability. Now let's talk about the environment around you. Snake carries intelligence energy naturally. In 2026, that sharpens. People may come to you for perspective, for direction, for insight. That's influence. But influence can drain if you're not selective. You don't need to sit in every strategic conversation. You don't need to advise everyone who asks. Choose where your energy compounds. Competition may also feel sharper this year. Not hostile, just tighter. Negotiations more direct. Conversations less subtle. Snake must avoid internalizing irritation. If something feels misaligned, address it early. Silent resentment becomes internal heat, and internal heat burns clarity. There may also be edits this year. Old strategies that no longer fit. Plans that need upgrading. Partnerships that require renegotiation. That's not failure. That's refinement. Fire refines. And fire on fire refines intensely. So what's the overall strategy for Snake in 2026? Don't rush to prove. Refine. Don't overcalculate until paralysis sets in. Act when clarity appears. Don't let intensity turn into ego. Regulate it. Choose precision over drama. Choose structure over impulse. Choose timing over noise. Because here's the real reflection. Can you stay disciplined when the environment rewards boldness? Can you act decisively without becoming reactive? Can you manage internal intensity while the world speeds up externally? If you can, 2026 doesn't destabilize you. It sharpens you. If this helped you see your positioning more clearly, please subscribe to the channel, click like, and share this with someone who has Snake in their chart. We're not here to predict chaos. We're here to position correctly. And positioning is what separates momentum from burnout